All right, what's up, everyone? So I'm up here at Hers Yard and got some inspections to do. We do for another customer. They got a bunch of trailers. They need, I'm doing annual inspections is what it is. So I figured I'd just show you the outer part of it, not go through the whole inspection, but what I look for towards the outer part. So got like I don't know, I think there's like 29 to do. I got my first 10 list. So yeah, Hale's usually pretty good with their chairs. They always got up-to-date chairs. Man, every time I come up with somewhere, come up to work on something, there's a freaking big ass spider. Look at that spider. Man, this chair must have been sitting here for a while. Anyway, let me get rid of him. Okay, he's pretty big. But anyway, so when they need help, they'll call us and let us know. And we've done this over the years, worked with them. I think we've done, I mean, the first time we started doing it, we had to do over, nah, you can't go in there, guy. Get out of there. Where'd he go? Oh, he's up inside there. You're gonna get smashed. There we go. No, you can't be on, what the hell? This guy here, he needs to go. Anyway, get over there. Anyway, like we did over 200 of these annual inspections and stuff. So so this, I'm gonna show you, it's going to just be a quick video. So I'm gonna show you what I look for, what's being inspected. So here you see the glad hand seal. See how it's all broke up and everything. I mean, you can't get set down for it, but this is what causes leaks between the glad hands, between the truck and trailer glad hands. So we'll go ahead and replace these. This one here, that's the emergency side. And as you see, part of the seal's missing on the server side. So I'll pop them out after I get the inspection done and put new seals in. And these trailers get shuttled back from from Pennsylvania, Nottingham and stuff. Drivers, over-the-road drivers, to take them to their destinations, Hers chips and stuff, but they get a lot of use. These trailers are going back and forth, so they wear out some seals. So, because they're always being dropped and disconnected, reconnected. And I always check the pins in here, make sure they're not broke and they're not loose. So they're not broken, they're not loose. So, only thing I hate about these Hyundai trailers is the line that connects to this glad hand's inside the wall. They don't give you enough line to take this off, pull it out, to disconnect the line to replace the bolts on glad hand. That's what sucks. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. If you can't do it, then you gotta pull the whole wall, the front bulkhead inside, all that wood, take it down just to access the lines, which really sucks. A lot of Kentucky trailers, older Kentucky trailers, had this crap. And sometimes when they broke them off, you couldn't do anything, and the trailer being loaded, you can't get on the other side. So anyway, continuing on, because like I said, I'm not going to be going underneath showing you what I need. So check the handle out, make sure it works, make sure the landing gear works, which it does, high and low gear, so that's good. Oh, I forgot to turn on the lights. Anyway, so I have a light box, and this light box here also checks for voltages. Like if there's a draw in there, this voltage meter will go back, so that's telling me there's a draw. So we're going to do the tails first. All right, we want to check the tail lights, or excuse me, the markers and the tails and the signals. Now, because I can't put everything on at the same time on box because it overloads and the signals won't flash, so I'll have to turn them off. It's like, as I'm going down, I'm gonna check the tires. Make sure there's no chips in the sidewall, no belt showing. And if for any reason, if I can't tell if the tread's legal or not, all right, I have a tire gauge right here. And I'll show you how that works here. These are good, I can tell you that right now. Let me get my glasses out. Anyway, so pretty much right now, today, what's this, Tuesday, I think. Haven't had any real calls yet. I did have a weird one though. So all I do is push this down in the tire. You push this out, put it down in the middle of the tread here, and that tells you. It's 10-30 seconds, which is good. It's legal. You can go as low as 4:30 seconds on the rear, and that's 10-30 seconds still. So that's how that works. So if I'm ever in question, if I can tell if the tire's going to pass with enough tread or not, and if I can't tell, I'll use this gauge. But I can tell that the tread's pretty good. There's no flat spots. Nope. I don't see no chips on the inner tire. And then I come down here and I check the lugs. Every lug. Let me take my glasses off. I don't need that for that. Now some say, oh, how come you're not using a socket and a wrench? Well, let me tell you something. If these things are loose, they're going to go by hand. I've come across many inspections where I could just take my hand and turn it. That's the best way to find out if they're tight or not. You know, everybody has their different opinion, have their different ways. This is my way. And you can tell these ain't never moved because of the jack rust between the nut and the stud. And the good things about these, I don't have to check the air pressure in the tires because they're air inflation system. So, and then we're gonna do the other tire. I don't see no chips. Tread's good. Check for the mud flap. Make sure the bracket's tight. Okay, no leaks around the hubcap. Now we'll go back to the lights. I walk down one way and then just go down and do the tires as I go along. That way I'm not walking around trailer 5-10 times. So, and then I'll kick the ICC bumper, which is tight. Tag light works, tail lights, marker lights up top work. I like working on their trailers because they got up-to-date equipment, and they always have nice equipment. The only oldest thing, okay, it's loaded. So usually if it's not loaded, I would walk inside this trailer and make sure there's no daylight coming through, no holes, no nothing. But since it's loaded, you can't do that. So when I write this up, I'll write it up as loaded. So I'm not going to be able to tell, which, if you don't see no outside damage up top, there's probably no holes in the roof anyway. But anyway, now I kicked the ICC bumper. It's tight, y'all saw that. But what I'll do is, when I'm underneath inspecting, I'll come all the way to the back and I'll check every nut that's attached to the ICC bumper and make sure all the nuts are there and make sure they're tight, even though I kicked it and didn't move. All right, that's all tight. Come down here and look at the tires. Yeah, this trailer ain't moved for a long time because it's got so much cobwebs in there. Sometimes these trailers will sit weeks at a time. So, all right, that looks good. Inner tire looks good on this other one. No chips in the sidewall. Now there's a chip in the sidewall, and you can see the steel belts through it. Then it's a failure. DOT can fail you for that. All right, so that's all good. No leaks around here. And when I'm under there, I'll check the suspension. Also, make sure everything's tight, including its air tank. Make sure it's not loose. All right, so we got side signals working, just the light part. I'll check the signals in a minute. And then that marker up top's working. So all the lights are working, tail and markers. Now we're gonna do the signals and stops at the same time. Now you see that little yellow light flashing over there? Let me walk down there. That's an ABS. Left side signal is working. I want you to get a closer look at this. So it's flashing. So anytime if it flashes or it's solid, I don't have my ABS on, that's why it's flashing. But if this ever goes off, then it's got ABS problem. DOT can shut you down for that. So that's what it looks like. And actually it stays solid. It doesn't flash like that if there's an ABS problem. Let me go turn my ABS on. And what it does, it runs through a cycle. It's running through the cycle, it goes out. So that means it went through its test, everything is good, ABS is working. If I turn it off, do it again. Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? I turned something off? All right, let me unplug it here. For some reason it's acting wacky. Let's try that. Huh. There's no draw. Oh, the light. See, when I have my tails and markers on, it's overloading the flasher, so then it doesn't flash. All right, so I'm gonna continue on. And I'll have to figure out unless my ABS just died. My ABS switch might have died. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and check the signals and stuff because the ABS was working. I'll have to open up my box after I get off here and see if the switch is actually busted or the wire came disconnected. All right. Okay. All right, 2 inners is the stops. The 2 outers is the left and right. Now they have these trailers set up where they the markers will flash also. So, all right. So that's what it is about annual inspection. I'm not going to go underneath. It's going to be hard for me to do that when I'm inspecting hoses and all kinds of crap, but I just wanted to get an idea. I got 10 to go, 10 to do. I try to get as many as I can done tonight, depending on how busy I get, but if I get a call in the middle of one of these, I gotta roll. So I gotta clean up, but I'll come back for it and finish it up. So, all right, it's gonna do it for this one. I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, I'm back. So I just finished inspecting this trailer and I got to the rear axle and I want to show you what I found. So I looked at that right there. You see the gap in between the drum? So I'm thinking, okay, slack adjuster is bad. Anytime you get a shoe off the drum like that, that means that slack adjuster is not adjusting anymore. And you just can't readjust it anyway. It's not a legal fix to DOT anymore. Back in the day, you could just readjust them, sign off on it, and it'd be done. Now they have this thing that if the shoes are off the drum like that, they consider that that the slack adjuster is probably not working anymore, and you have to fix it and sign off on it. So I don't know why I got a shadow. There we go. Maybe I should do it like that. But anyway, so I looked at that drum and seen the gap on there, and then I went back behind the slack adjuster, see what kind of slack adjuster I had, and look what I found. It has no adjustment anymore. the adjustments fell out or came out or something. So this trailer's failed, and I'll show you what it actually looks like when the slack adjuster is actually operational or whatever. There you go. That's what's missing. That's the adjustment to adjust the slack adjuster, especially when you change them, and then you just readjust them to the drum and back them off. But yep, so that's what it looks like. That's what's supposed to be in that slack adjuster, is that adjustment. And it's not in there. One more time. Bam. So it's gone. So I have to text the company, let them know what it needs. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. Just got done, like I said, inspecting the trailer. So this one's failed for that. And I'll text them, and then they'll let me know what to do tomorrow with it, unless they have their own, unless they have somebody do it themselves. So, all right, see you on the next one.